Welcome to your daily 5-minute crypto brief with Satoshi and Nova. Today is June 28th, 2025. I am Nova.
I am Satoshi.
Welcome to The Deep Dive. We're here to sift through the noise and pull out the key insights for you. Today, we are jumping into cryptocurrency. There's been some really interesting movement lately, not so much in price, but, behind the scenes.
That's exactly right. You look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're kind of trading sideways, low volatility. But the real story, it's happening in regulation, adoption news, that sort of thing, globally.
Yeah.
It feels like a bit of a wait-and-see moment in the markets, but you can definitely feel this undercurrent of optimism. Crypto is getting woven into traditional finance.
Okay.
So yeah, our mission today is to flag these key moments for you. From court cases to, believe it or not, housing loans, and figure out what it all means.
All right, let's start with that market snapshot then. You mentioned stable. What are we seeing exactly?
Well, over the last 24 hours, Bitcoin's been around $107,000, dipped to maybe 0.3%, nothing major.
Okay.
Ethereum was just under $2,400, actually up slightly, like 0.4%. Even meme tokens, pretty flat.
So really quiet then. But you hinted there was an exception.
Yeah, exactly, XRP. It actually saw a decent bump, maybe 2-3% gain.
Oh, interesting. Why XRP?
Well, that ties directly into the regulatory news. Some positive developments on the legal front.
Ah, the Ripple versus SEC saga. That feels like it's been going on forever.
Nearly 5 years. But yeah, it seems to be finally drawing to a close. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, announced they're withdrawing their cross-appeal.
And the SEC is expected to drop theirs, too.
That's the word. It looks like Ripple's going to accept that original fine.
Which was, what, $125 million? I remember there was talk of a lower number.
Yeah, they proposed $50 million, but the judge rejected that. So they'll take the $125 million hit, and a prior injunction will probably stick too.
So what's the real significance here? Is it just about the money?
Well, the money matters, sure, but it's more about removing that huge regulatory cloud hanging over XRP. That's why the price jumped. It kind of signals maybe, just maybe, we're getting clearer boundaries for digital assets in the U.S. Ripple can now, get back to focusing on their payment solutions.
Right. That makes sense. A clearer path forward. But it's not just courtrooms seeing shifts, is it? I heard something pretty surprising about U.S. housing regulators.
Oh, yeah, this one's fascinating. The Federal Housing Finance Agency, the FHFA, they oversee Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the mortgage giants. Their director, William Pulte, basically ordered them to start considering crypto holdings when assessing mortgage risk.
Wait, really? So, my Bitcoin could help me get a home loan?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
We're talking Bitcoin, Ether, other cryptos held on, U.S. regulated exchanges. Now, there will absolutely be discounts, as they call them, for the volatility. You can't just count dollar for dollar.
Of course, that makes sense. Volatility is a big factor.
But still, it's a huge symbolic step. Fits with that whole idea of the U.S. wanting to be the crypto capital.
Yeah.
It shows traditional finance, even the really conservative parts, are starting to see digital assets as, actual assets, legitimate wealth.
Wow. Okay, so the door's cracked open there. What about outside the U.S.? You mentioned global developments earlier.
Absolutely. Asia's making some really bold moves. Take South Korea.
What's happening there?
8 of their biggest banks, we're talking KB Cookman, Shinhan, even the local arms of Citi and Standard Chartered, they're teaming up.
To what?
To launch their own stablecoin, pegged to the Korean one. They're aiming for late 2025, maybe early 2026.
A one-backed stablecoin run by the banks.
Exactly. It's a private sector thing,
Yeah.
but the goal is clear. Less reliance on U.S. dollar stablecoins, have their own native digital payment token. It could honestly be a blueprint for other countries.
Interesting. Financial sovereignty through crypto. And Hong Kong's also active in this space, right? They seem serious about being a hub.
Doubling down is more like it. They've got this digital asset policy 2.0. It's building on what they already started. They're setting up a really clear licensing system for crypto platforms, for stablecoin issuers too. There's even a law kicking in August 1st, 2025.
So proper regulation.
Yes, and they're actively encouraging tokenization, putting real-world assets like government bonds, maybe even ETFs, onto the blockchain. Plus, they're talking tax breaks for crypto transactions and inviting pilot projects for stablecoins, especially for things like cross-border trade.
They're really rolling out the red carpet then.
Pretty much saying we are open for digital asset business. Loud and clear. It feels like a quiet race globally to build these ecosystems.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what are the main takeaways for someone listening, maybe an investor?
I think there are a few key things. One, regulatory clarity. It's slowly improving worldwide. That reduces uncertainty, might bring in more institutional money.
Right. Less risk, potentially?
2, crypto prices seem pretty resilient lately, even with broader economic news buzzing around. And 3, the market's just maturing. You see in the FHFA news, the age of development, crypto's becoming part of the established financial furniture bit by bit.
It really is fascinating seeing it all converge. The end of a big legal fight, traditional home loans opening up, major financial centers actively building frameworks.
Yeah, it all points towards an ecosystem that's definitely gaining legitimacy,
Yeah.
gaining momentum.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to think about. Crypto is becoming more embedded, right? From buying a house potentially to maybe paying with a stablecoin someday. How might that shift, that mainstreaming, actually impact your own financial plans, your opportunities, maybe sooner than you think? Something to mull over.
Enjoyed the brief? Please like and subscribe. We deliver fresh market updates, macro signals, and crypto news daily in just 5 minutes. Live streams coming soon. Stay tuned.